Okay, today is chest day and welcome. Today we warming up for the chest. A couple weeks ago, I always put these things on right away because sometimes I move too fast with the arms are on the weight slides. And there's people around here in the gym, so I'm never afraid of having to dump the weight. So, a couple weeks ago, a month or so ago now, I really pulled my chest, my right pec. And I do not want to repeat that again because I could not stretch it out. What happened was I was moving too fast and it was too cold. I just wasn't warmed up, so. Not good. I really need to get a clicker to start on and off of these workouts. I'm doing the fisheye, that way my camera is much closer. I have my AirPods connected to my other phone, that way, listen to music, because the gym music here is horrible, so unfortunately you have to hear it, and I don't. And this is the longest part of my workout. After my warm-up with my first set, I'm pretty good to just keep working out. And I feel a little bit crazy, but no one's looking at me like I'm crazy. At least not when I was around. So, I just hope that no sneaky person walks by and clicks my phone to stop recording. I'm probably going to record the whole workout again and do what I did last time, where I just chop it up, and you might notice, I don't know if, I think you can see this, got these bad boys cut off, looks much more sleek, much better, looks much better to be honest, and when I do, the main reason is when I do my side chest, I can pull my arm next to my side, so actually when I did it, it gives me much more range of motion. But alright, so I'm going to have to move the mic somewhere. Just move it up here. Lapel. I have a lapel pin that is an extra wire for this, but it's too much stuff. Alright, I'm actually awake. It's kind of weird, it's this almost placebo effect where it's so early in the morning and I'm so used to being tired that I kind of tell myself I'm tired. Even if I'm awake, I don't feel like I have energy. Even if I do. Okay. But now I get to play my music. Yes. Just listen to this. It's probably too. I'll get the lapel mic next time. But alright. When I do my warm-ups, I just do whatever. I don't do sets or reps, just until I feel good. I've also found that sometimes going down only part way is more difficult. So, gets me going a little bit more. Because you have to put in the energy to stop it from coming all the way down and resting. So, yeah, this gym music's really loud though. Vasa Gym, turn your music down. God, it's so loud. I always ask him to turn it down. They won't. Everyone has headphones. There's no reason to have the music this loud. Oh, and now we move up to move up to 45s. pretty empty. I like it. Woke up around 6:15. Went back to sleep until about 6:30. And then it took me a while to really get up. Today, doing 205 for my working set. After this exercise, I'm gonna ask them to turn down the TV. It's just horrible. I gotta fix this pin too. It's really just stuck. I guess this is also a good way to show how I mark my weights. Usually when I take them off, I just drop them on the floor. It actually has led to some, I won't say injury, but extreme discomfort in my shoulders whenever I re-rack the weight because of, I don't know, it's whatever. But if it's a 45, I generally don't re-rack it. Wow, I just got it funky. Look forward to breakfast as well, actually, because I get some new isolated protein powder, which is good, strawberry. And then I went to the store and they had some ceremonial grade matcha on sale. So now I can do my little white girl protein strawberry matcha drink. Maybe I'll add some coffee in there too. Espresso shot. I would have matcha like that. Alright, so we're getting to, I got my Gym Ultimate playlist for Big Tobacco. It's like the picture of Aragorn when he goes to fight. It's my favorite picture. It just makes me smile every time. I'm actually going to text my buddy. He's usually in here for one reason. We don't work out together, but my gym boy. I always like to add photos to people. Always add photos to people's contacts because I can recognize them much faster. And then I think my messages look cool because it's photos, not all of them. Alright, still recording. That's good. Probably try to get away and not get my nuts in that. I'm also thinking I should start recording sideways the other way for YouTube's sake. So I may change that up. I also have a camera. It's a legit Sony camera. I'm not sure if the battery will last longer or not though. But the quality might be better. I'm not even sure if the quality will be better, to be honest. Alright, this is still the warm-up, so there's no need for rest or breaks necessarily in between. Not in the same way of a working set, at least, in my opinion. But I am the least scientific of opinions when it comes to weightlifting. Good time. Go. Yeah, the mic's probably fine there. One more warm-up set, and then I'm probably just going to jump. Well, I don't know if I should go to 185 or 205, because that's a 20-time jump. Yeah, so I'll just go straight to 185 now, and then 205 after. So another thing is I like this bench a lot. Really, this bench. I've been to some other gyms. I've been to a lot of gyms actually. Some of them are too narrow, and then what happens is my shoulder blades, one of them sticks out. Not both, but one at a time can easily stick out. So that off-centers me pretty easily. Whereas this one is just wide enough to give me what I need for my back width, but it's also not too wide to obstruct my range of motion. Equally importante. I'm not sure if folks see it before. Adjust this. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll go sideways or something. I feel like I can get closer. But yeah, so see, sideways would maybe be better next time. I'm gonna stop this video because it's at 10 minutes and then just restart. So you'll never notice, but I will. Oh, it's Monday. I forgot it's that. Let's have a picture of this setup. Make sure you know who's missing. Get the music going. So, but I'm not sure if eating before a workout is even good. You can kind of see. This is how I sit, so I put my feet in like so. Put my feet in like so, and then I'll grab the bench from underneath and hold it to slowly let myself down. And then my feet pop out a little bit, and then I'll be in the right spot. Alright, just a little more. Well, warm-ups take the longest. I feel good today. How much sleep did I get? It says 8 hours, almost 7 hours, 54 minutes of sleep. It's pretty good. And I got my normal health stuff, my vitals. Heart rate 33 beats per minute. I don't know why my resting heart rate gets so low. I think it's because when I sleep and my arms bend, it cuts off the circulation a little bit. So actually I get some overnight blood flow restriction. I don't sweat too much, but definitely warmed up. I feel pretty warm. Alright. Let's get there. And then finally start the workout. It's already, it's already 7:40. Hustle up a bit. Usually I get my warm up done and my workout started by about 7:25. I'm typically against it. That's fine. I'm doing this for good. Alright, set number 1. Hopefully this workout will be quick. This is my incline. This will also hopefully be quick. Oh, rice cake prior to this probably a little bit. I've been looking at, because my carbs are pretty limited, 95 grams, so I'm trying to get the most volume of food per carb. Potatoes, russet potatoes are really good. That's what I found in the carbohydrate pyramid to be the best volume-wise, with rice and oats. But then when you look at vegetables, such as bell peppers, baby carrots, onions, and so the amount of volume I get is like 200 grams with all that mixed together. It's like 30 grams of carbs. That'd be about like 1 grams of carbs. So potatoes are good for volume. That's all I'm going for. I'm going for food volume. Just get the music going, and then ignore you. Alright. How many am I going for? 3 reps in reserve, so the number itself shouldn't matter. Try to get 10 of them. Hey, man. What's up, man? Good to see you. That's my gym buddy. I don't even know if he speaks English. Because we tried to talk a little bit, see if we could speak Spanish. Nothing wrong with that. But I wish we could be friends more. I really wish I spoke Spanish. It's my fault. Being stupid American. One language. ¿Dónde está? That right there is 3 reps in reserve, and that was 11. The way I know it was 3 reps in reserve is I don't really, but I started to feel like some failure was coming on. And the thing is, my right shoulder has been really messed up at the joint level for quite some time, and that's how I think I messed myself up before. I was doing 225, which is typically lightweight, but the lighter weight I get, the harder heavyweight gets. So I think my shoulder gave out and put too much stress on my pec. When I came down, I overstretched. And I almost felt that again. So this next set, I'm probably going to do 75% range. And it will actually be harder, but worth it. And it'll focus more on my chest and take it away from the stretch at the bottom, which is good to have for the chest, but also not good for the shoulder, especially when I'm trying to avoid flip this so loose towards me. It's supposed to. Oh. Sometimes breaks in between sets. Very boring. I don't know what to do. My stomach hurts. And I'm so hungry. And the crazy thing is, sometimes there's been a couple days this week where I'm done eating at like 2:30. Because after this, I'll have breakfast around 9, which will just be milk and protein powder, creatine as well. And then around 10 o'clock, I'm already hungry, so I have my yogurt. And then that leaves 2 meals left. The one is big, which is my lunch, which that's a good one, but if I eat that around 12 or 1 p.m., yeah, I eat fast. So then, after that, it's just like a little bit of shrimp and some potatoes, which I eat that, 2 or 3 p.m. So it's tough to stretch this food out. Sometimes my thoughts are, I'd rather eat a lot in a small time frame and have that energy for work, for going out, after work, stuff like that, and then just be really exhausted, really hungry around 7 or 8 p.m. All I'm doing is getting ready for bed. So I don't know if I stretch it out too much, then I'm just really hungry and exhausted in between meals, and I only have a burst of energy directly after the meal. So I don't know what's a better method. If I stop eating at 2:30, is it better to be hungry longer throughout the end of the day? Or maybe do I just, so I can't delay my breakfast. I need at least the protein shake. About 44 grams of protein, 231 calories. Really good, actually. So I have more to say on that topic, but I would probably save all my food conversations and opinions for a video when I do my meal prep. I did my meal prep yesterday, so you probably won't get a full meal prep video until next week, unless I do a meal prep video today, because I do have to cook some chicken. But I packed up all the veggies for my lunch yesterday. Okay, that's next time will be shorter. I'm seeing the time on my watch. Speaking of my watch, let me update this. Sometimes I listen to one song on repeat. One song on repeat. 100 Records by J. Cole. My hips always lift up when I unrack this way. Having a lift off would be nice. Having a Frenchie would be nice. Alright. Gotta slow down. Okay. It's more like 2 reps in reserve. You can notice how I only did the 75% after the second rep because I forgot to do it actually. So. Yeah, I don't know. What was that? 9? 2 reps in reserve? Yeah. Whew. Feels good though. Especially as I'm getting lighter. I dropped like a pound a day the past 3 days. Today I was a little bit more plateau. Also because I was traveling a little bit. I went to the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado. So whenever I travel, I had my meal prep. I packed everything with me. Just that my water intake was lower. I missed 1 day of creatine. So I'm guessing I was mostly losing water weight. But I don't know. It was a little bit inconceivable to think I lost even a half pound of fat per day with the other pound was water and whatnot. So I didn't set a timer on my watch, so I don't know what time is in between lifts. Then after this, move on to incline. I don't know how much blood in here when I'm talking. I do my typical zone out. It's a little bit easier because I feel like I'm making eye contact. So it's a little bit weird for me. Usually it's easier talking if I can just look at nothing and focus on what I'm trying to say. I'm still getting used to this stuff. And the full videos are going to be on YouTube. The full workout videos on YouTube. And I'm hoping I can chop it down to clips and so on. Just there. Yeah. Last set. Last set's my favorite set. I love working out, but I also love being done working out. A lot of work to do today. Like to-do tasks and just normal work. Music going. I like to dance a little bit, gives me energy. Also, when this lifts up my hips when I'm unloading it kind of resets my centering, so that definitely takes some energy out of me to readjust myself once I'm weight bearing. There we go. Yeah, that's 3 reps in reserve right there, baby. 8. Okay. Ready for 185 on incline. See it? I have no idea what the view looks like, but getting on and off the bench right here. I'd like to go at a cheeky little angle. Okay. Sometimes I make a funny little noise. Get up. I should probably stop that. This is funny. But not funny, haha. Funny, like, stupid. I do re-rack the smaller weights because it's much easier, but 45, especially with it being lower down, is honestly pretty difficult because I have to really hold one side of the chair and really kind of do that. It's just too much. So here's what I do. Now readjust. If that was a bad view. Another one, because I can see where I'm putting it. Now let's see, there's nowhere to put this tag. Where do I want this? I'll just say it. If someone put a 10 on this 25 stack, I'll take it off. Really give it 10. I'm still putting the 25. Awesome. Alright, that's it for this segment. Time to move to the incline bench. So, I'm taking it out. Hopefully not too much space. From that. Hopefully I'm not taking up too much space. I already loaded the weights. You don't need to see me do that again. But I will note, this pin, very important. Okay, this seat will fall down. It's happened so many times where I don't pin it, and I use it to sit up. Like I'll pull on it to sit up, and then it goes all the way down. I just take it for a ride. So, never go without a pin on these things. I try to remember my numbers, but I think I'm like, say, I get this pin. So now when I lift up on it, it's not gonna fall down. I could show you me taking it falling down, but I don't want to. And then also, this belt, very important, because of the angle. This right here is not exactly 90 degrees. But actually, if it were more like 95 or 100, or no, 85 or 80 degrees, that would be better, because what happens when I lift off the weight here, it pushes me down, which pushes me down, pushes me up, and then I fly off the bench. So, having a lift off on incline is actually really nice. Like, when that can't happen, or right now it can't happen, I use the belt. Sometimes I'll use a chain belt that people use for dips or pull-ups where they hook up the plate. I'll use one of those because it's thicker, and this one is stretchy. Stretchy belts are actually the worst thing for this because you want zero give. Alright, but now so to transfer onto an incline bench, 1 foot over, 9 foot over. I usually hold my hand here and push it out, grab the tip of the bench, and then just slide it. Well, no time to waste. I'll tell you 8:03, and this is when I started the second workout. 2 more after this with chest flies, 3 more. Chest flies, barrel raise, face pull. That should go back pretty fast. Should go back pretty fast. Those are for abs, strength good. Like, I really hope I actually started recording. No way to know. And these I don't go all the way down again because of my shoulder. Overall health is very important. A lot of people miss that. You can see my hips going out already. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nice. Now see how I'm pulling myself up like this, and when I do that, there's just a little bit of enough pull to lift the seat back towards you, and that'll trigger the fall down if you don't have that pin. That was 9. Or no, that was 10. Oh, dang. I have this problem with forgetting. I'm gonna start talking and doing something right after instead of directly writing it down. Okay. Set a 1 minute timer on my Mickey Mouse watch. I should say. Oh, don't expect my enough good number. This room will be coherent at all. Kind of like when you're sick, when you have to be conscious about appreciating breathing in and out of your nose. It's not good. My body's actually mostly good, which is nice. It's tired. I'm getting actually tired now. You got this. Let's go for later. But of course, 3 reps in reserve. Always focus on that. Oh. Oh, man. Nice. Nice, baby. Let's do some reserve. I feel like people might be slightly avoiding me because of the camera, which is nice. good song going and then just move on. Jean Rappel, like Ben's, featuring Tion Wayne and French Montana. Oh, oh damn. Okay. Frick. I was 7. Oh. And that was definitely everything, so. Oh, did I say one? Oh, that was more like 0. I had a lot of comments to my stuff as well. So I come up here and say, oof. So, took me out. Alright. Probably take off my sweater now. Move on to chest flies. Beautiful thing about coming in the morning. Not only is it empty, but the chest fly machine is almost always empty. Or, yeah, there's not a long line for it, which is just such a beautiful thing. Typically, in a gym, especially in the busier hours, that's the first thing you write off is never going to happen is chest fly machine or reverse delts. But okay, so let's watch how I get off the bench now. So it's important, I always make sure I have both weights on. One time I didn't, and I was fine, but the chair moved away from me. Now, when I have my hand on the chair, I can move it back towards me, but it adds effort and potential mishap. So here's what I do. I grab my leg, put my hand under my leg, grab the bench, pull myself forward, push off the bench and transfer. I make it look easy, but it definitely takes some time. And now it's time to unrack these weights with the flies. So I'm just going to stop the recording for now. Oh yeah, good. I was recording in fact. I really wasn't sure if it was. Alright, here we are. Chest flies. I think this setting is at 3. I usually like it at 2. Arms here. Here I try to go pretty low so I can hit more uppers mid-chest rather than lower chest. Level 4, no, level 6. Level 7 is a bit too low because actually then I can't reach the pins. Level 6. No, let's do 7. Let's see how 7 looks. It might make me weaker actually. The higher up I go, I find I have more strength. We're doing 155, so that's 145 on the stack and actually 10 more. And transferring onto these bad boys is pretty easy. Again, my typical thing is I like to go to 90-degree angle from where I'm facing. So, get there. Flies. I used to be doing high weights, but now I'm a little bit lower. I'm a little bit more tired by this point, and actually I'm going to take off my sweat real quick. Um, that's my boy. One of my friends to come on. So of course I'm repping it. I always get in the habit of folding my clothes. Keep things nice. Because isn't that just much more beautiful? Constantly around this big gym. Wearing white is not the best thing for me. It gets real good, and then I don't ever do anything, especially not that. I'm a sweaty guy, actually. Get my music going, I'm gonna jump right into it. Of course, get the chair out of the way as much as possible. Foot stance is also very important, despite thinking I might not. Ooh, I guess I can barely reach that. Oh, good. Jeez. Oh, hopefully no one saw that. That was embarrassing. Okay. Note to self, level 7 is too low. Okay. I got it good with my right arm. Maybe my left arm is shoulder. Okay. Lean out a little bit. I'm a little bit OCD about my feet being perfectly symmetrical. See, this one hurts my shoulder a lot, actually. They call it 12. My legs were not symmetrical on that. That was good. That was okay. It really hurts my right shoulder though. There's a tiger balm. Gotta use that. I've been thinking I want to put the tiger balm on my chest during chest day. I believe the way that tiger balm works is that it draws blood to the area, and then that's what's supposed to heal it in a way. So not necessarily that the tiger balm does the healing, the increased blood flow does the healing, right? So we know that with scar tissue or anything like that, like there's a lot of massage therapy for like your fascia that binds your skin and your muscle. And getting massages for that specific stuff is really good to increase blood flow, and then it can break down some scar tissue, extra blood flow, extra nutrients, stuff like that. Yeah, I just got distracted. She has some nice shoes. I like cool shoes. I would look at people's shoes a lot, actually. Try to get an idea of, what am I supposed to wear when I'm 50? Am I going to be wearing, Nike Dunks? Or do I just wear dress shoes all the time? Chelsea boots or something? I don't know, I got to fix my posture. And it's time for the next set anyway. Oh, that first bit hurts my shoulder. Okay, here it is. At this point, I don't really get the pump as much as I would want to, and especially probably even if I do get the pump, it's just going to be hard to feel. Oh, here comes the beat drop. Horrible beat drop, by the way, but talk about the gym music. I hope you can't hear it. Those are some cool shoes too. Man, I want to get me a pair of. I have Adidas. I also have Adidas pants. Nothing wrong with Adidas. They're cheap. Usually I get them at TJ Maxx or the thrift store. But I wanted to get some Air Force Ones, like just classic white shoes, like daily drivers, which I only really have one pair of shoes. And the Nikes are just too bulky. Makes my feet look like clown feet because my legs are pretty skinny and everything. So, like my shoe size is about a 9, a US men's 9, sometimes 10. So average size, but pretty big for a bulky shoe. Really makes it look like a clown shoe. But there's these one pair of Nikes dropping on April 5th. I posted about it on my Instagram story. It's like a matcha thing, and I love matcha. I was into matcha before it got popular. Not really. It's been popular for a while. But I still have some matcha that I got from Japan by the Ippodo company, which is like the big one in Kyoto. I got some matcha from February 2023. So I need to use it before it goes bad. It's very, very high grade stuff. So I want to respect it and make it right and do all that. I don't have a matcha whisk though, so. Alright, last set, there's someone waiting, so let's get this out of the way. Alright, that's it. Let's write it down before we forget. That's 7. I'm going to call it 2 reps in reserve. I was pretty gassed right there. Double lateral raises next. Transfer over here. Oh, I want to put this. Alright, stop recording. Do you want me to wipe it down?
No, okay.
Alright.
Thanks, man.
Alright, so dumbbell lateral raise now. I'm done with the chest portion of my chest day. So I have 3 chest workouts plus 35 pounds seated dumbbell lateral raise. Cable rope face pull, that's like for the rear delts and traps. So, yeah, we're looking at doing this to get it done pretty quick. So the second half of the workout is pretty fast. I'm recording now so you can see me grab the dumbbells over here. And I hope you can see me. Jeez, I hope you can hear me. Oh, okay. So I'll typically go left hand because my right shoulder, I might have even got messed up from this. And the way I hold the dumbbells, you'll see, not the best. It seems to kind of slide around on my legs. I don't know if having it forward is better, but if I have it kind of into my stomach enough, I can balance it. And then I'll just take the weight down, and I have the weight upright so I can pick it up. So, yeah. So I don't know how I'm going to record this. I'm thinking I'll record it either from the mirror, so zoom in from behind, or just put it in front of me. Typically the chair's in front of me, so let's see the best position. Probably not for the mirror. Something like this is pretty good. You can see the gym is very open right now, so, which is usually the most full. So, yeah, and so you'll see the way I transfer, again, 90 degrees from where I'm in the face. Yep, and you'll see me here. I also use this belt to hold my legs together to adjust the length of it. A little bit lengthier. So my feet aren't too tight, my knees aren't too tight. my knees spread out. You'll see. Usually I'll lock the blade closest to me. Okay, that's a good view of my head, probably. This chair out of the way. Just taking up so much room. See, I like quotes a lot because notable quotes are basically a succinct way to say something deep and philosophical. One of my favorite ones, in fact, I have a 10-page list of my favorite ones, but one of them is, "You are better than no one and no one is better than you." But you can see my legs, I hope, perfectly apart. They could be a little bit more together, but this is good, because otherwise, I'm dealing with this, when my feet are flat on the ground, I definitely lose some stability there. So, that down a little bit is a little bit tight. I still haven't figured out exactly the best seating position. Now, when I do my flies, a lot of people do their flies like this or something. They have their arms kind of out in front of them, and they kind of bend their elbows. For me, that doesn't work because then I would lose my balance. So I will go straight out as much as I can. I know my right shoulder is low, and my left is too high. So I try to account for it. The crazy thing is, just in the mirror, it's like I'm blind to it. You can't see it. And then I look at a video or a picture of myself, and I'm like, oh wow, it's so obvious. Some programs, but I like to lean out a little bit, give me some more lean back stability. Let's see. Usual. Oh, 100. Nice. That was 14 million. That doesn't look like it, but I'm pretty confident that it's in reserve. I get a little bit lightheaded though. You know what? I am so excited today. Today I'm going to try my new protein shake, the whey protein isolate, which has 2 grams less of fat and 2 grams less of carbs, and plus 3 grams of protein. So this is big. This is very big news, because 2 grams of fat constitutes about 15% of my fat, so now I can have a reduction by 15% in fats, which, whether or not it actually becomes a reduction or I eat it somewhere else, we'll see. The weird thing is chicken breast, when I use my food logging app, it says chicken breast has, it's 70% protein pretty much, but like 250 grams of chicken breast has about 9.2 grams of fat, and I don't know, because if I trim the fat off, then is it less? Or is it intramuscular with the fibers? I have a feeling that if I trim it off, then it should definitely be less. but I typically have not been trimming it off. However, it kind of cooks off anyway. And I don't know, so I don't know the exact calculations. It's all a rough estimate, but again, like my coach says, it's about being consistent, because really, the calories are just, or the macros even, are more of a proxy to, because it's not about tracking exactly what my intake is, it's about just tracking my intake. So it could be off by 80%, right? So I could be eating 80% more or less than I think. However, it's all relative to myself and the over time eating. So if I eat chicken breast every day, which I do for 10 weeks, which I have been, then if I reduce that, it's a measurable reduction relative to itself. So even if the chicken breast is off by 3 grams of fat, or 30% of the fat is actually not there, then whatever my reduction is, it's going to be a linear reduction. That's 5 reps less than last time. That's crazy, but that's where I'm at. One more set, and then one more workout. Let's see, so it's only 8:36, which means my first workout was 7:40. I don't know when I started. I started at 7:40 after warming up. So it's only been about an hour. So I'll be done around 9, which is good. That's what I want. Dang. This music is so loud and so bad. I really hope we can cut it out. Oh my god. Why they have it this loud, I don't know. Lady to my right, guy to my left. Headphones. Headphones everywhere. Vasa. Keep the music down. I don't want to have to ask. This is horrible. It's horrible music, first of all. I guarantee, like, 80% of the people in here don't like it, especially in the morning. It's an older population demographic. They don't like this. They want Frank Sinatra. All right, last set. By the way, that's how I pick up the weight. Just grab it like this, pick it up. Can't do that. Might have to play around with your methods. Grab some plates, or grab a second pair of dumbbells that are lightweight, and then stack it like one on top of the other. That could help. And then what I'll do is I'll stack them both on the same side so when I re-rack it, it's easier. So, alright, now cable face pulls. Let me make this. I actually just discovered on camera it's easier to clip it, that way I have more to grip shit. Let's do this. Thing's hard to do. This is an arcade belt. I wouldn't say I really endorse or recommend them. They're pretty expensive. I think Daykind has the exact same belt, just under their name. Because, you know, manufacturers are manufacturers. But just look up elastic belt. I use this to put in front of my feet so they don't fall off when I'm doing flies. Oh, no, sorry. Pull-ups. or dips. I like it. The elasticity is good for the feet. The strap in front of your feet, the elasticity allows you to have a little bit of movement still and stuff like that. So yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it. They're so expensive. I've lost 2 already, so I'm down to my final and third one. So very expensive. Too much in my opinion. But if there's a sale, maybe, if you really like a style. But again, if you really like a style, you might lose it. I lost one in Australia and one in Singapore. Alright, I'm gonna get this right back. Okay, dokie, final workout. It's like the whitest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see my feet, but you'll put this belt on my feet. Not really because I need it. In fact, I oftentimes don't do this, but just because otherwise I have to keep it on my lap and it's annoying because it can fall off and stuff. So I was very fortunate. I looked around and I found out that this is already up here. It looks like this might have been some person. I bought it on $2. Yeah. So we're looking at 65 pounds. This is more because any more weight and I can't physically do it, and any less weight and it takes too many reps. I can usually do my first set of this is between 40 and 50. So there's that. Get this belt as tight as I can. Okay, really tight. And I don't have these side things to jut into my back, so that's actually super nice. So this is my first time doing a workout where I can typically have hip right there, and I don't. So it's a little bit interesting because now it's going to be a little bit more difficult to center myself. I usually base it off of how far away either side of my back is from these bars, but the bars are off, which is because, see where this bar is, when I do side chest, my arm needs to be exactly right there. So, yeah, but let's get houses of the holy by Led Zeppelin playing. Get centered. This wheelchair is centered. And your body as much as possible. Let's see how many I get. Usually I go to exhaustion on these, or I just go until the lactate goes up. I was listening to the podcast, lactic acid, like a misnomer, doesn't really exist. It's the buildup of lactate. Yeah, anyway, until that feeling comes in, where the muscles kind of run out of oxygen, anyway, I think it is. So there's 2 ways to do this. There's grabbing it like that, grabbing it like this. I prefer this. It's a nice one. It's gonna hurt my hands now. But it always does. Okay, 40. I definitely had like 10 or 20 more, but that's the thing about this. The lactate builds up, and also At first, I'll feel it mostly in my upper traps, my biceps as well, because it's this pulling motion. But after about 35 or 30, or whatever percentage that is of the total, so after once I get to the 80-85% mark of the total reps that I'm going to do, then I start feeling it in my delts and my rear delts, and this is supposed to be a rear delt workout. The only thing is, this is like the only one I enjoy, because I could do reverse chest flies, which I do on a different day, and I just lean over onto my stomach, onto like my stomach on my knees, and do rear dumbbell flies, which is also okay, but I don't enjoy it that much, to be honest. And this I really enjoy, because even though it's lower reps, higher weight, I get a really good pump from it. It feels good, but you can see the body mechanics. With any higher weight, I wouldn't really be able to push against it to pull it at the upper level. And also, you notice I pull it more towards my chest, because that's where I can push back to, get the, it's hard to explain, but if I try to go up here, I'm only just gonna pull myself forward. I don't have enough to push off with my hips with the belt to keep my upper body all the way back, because so my belt here can be called like an access point. The further away you go from the access point, the easier it is to pull it, right? So it's, if your access joint is here and you have weight here, there's a lot more torque or force required, versus if you have the weight here, there's less distance. The angle is the same, but there's less distance. Here, there's more distance you have to cover, plus the distance from the access point makes the lever system to where, like if I were to lift something, right? So if I were lifting, let's see. So, it's like a seesaw. So if the access point is here, and it's like this, and I have something really heavy here, and I make this really far out, then it's really easy to move it versus having it further in. That's the point of when you have a really large, like a monkey wrench or something, with a large, long handle. The further away the handle is, the more distance you go, but the less force you have to apply. But the force over the distance, like force times distance or whatever, ends up being the same as the shorter distance, but more force. So, in short, my form, please, understand that the way I do it is what I found to actually work. It does actually work. Even if it looks wrong, it targets the muscles pretty good for me. Even if it looks wrong, because it will probably look a little bit off, just because the body mechanics are only allowing me to get my proper range of motion within a certain form, whatever. Oh, 33. It's tiring. Last workout, one more set. 8:52, so yeah, I got here a little bit late. I just move so slow in the morning, but my morning routine is basically wake up, stretch for a little bit, get an audiobook playing, try to avoid being on my phone, right? So it's such a habit to check email, check the dating apps, check my work messages, Instagram. Thankfully, I don't have TikTok on my phone. Otherwise, I would just be done for. It's easy to get distracted. They're designed to keep you in there. So the best defense I have is just to not even have it on my phone. Luckily with Instagram, I've gotten pretty good at being disciplined about not getting sucked into it. But TikTok is pretty tough. I get all these foods. I've made my algorithm all food. No women, no gym stuff, even less meals. Just food. And oh, I love it. I love seeing all this food. As soon as I'm done with this show, I have just a little bit of time to... Now, I'm not going to go crazy, right? There's still discipline required. And this is my lifestyle. Before I even did my contest prep, I was eating pretty healthy, just a lot, right? And that's a whole other topic as well. Is, I saw this one video on Instagram where this woman was saying how her father makes like really healthy ice cream with these all natural ingredients, and there's this brain food in there, and there's this one for this and this thing. I mean, yeah, sure, you could say any food that's natural, like a one source derived food, maple syrup or whatever, can be healthy for you. But even lean steak with eggs, a freshly made tortilla, some cheese, even homemade cheese, olive oil, homemade butter. All of that right there, the amount of fat in that, toss in an avocado, and that's a really good breakfast burrito, right? Some sauce, some tomato sauce, some type of breakfasty sauce, right? No sugar added, not really, but the fat content from the eggs, 3 eggs, that's about 15 grams of fat, tortilla, depending on the size and the way you make it, some fat right there, carbs even, avocado, even if they're healthy fats, they're still fats, olive oil, butter, cheese, glass of milk with that, whole milk, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't, right? You can eat as healthy as you want. It doesn't make it healthy. And that's one of the things that bothers me the most is people will say, oh, here's this 50-gram meal prep, 50 grams of protein meal prep, and it's only 500 calories. Now listen, that's a lot. That's a lot of calories for 50 grams of protein. I'm having 200 grams of protein and much less than 2,000 calories, right? So it's, people will do these videos and say, oh, this is a really healthy thing, and then they add cheese and heavy cream and butter, olive oil, and they say it's healthy because there's eggs, which have a lot of fats, even if they're healthy, right? The calorie count matters. My frame of reference is tuna and chicken, right? If someone says 30 grams of protein, one can of tuna, albacore flake tuna from Kroger, 130 calories, 1 gram of fat, or 0 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein. That's pure protein, basically. 130 calories. And that's 1 can of 5-ounce tuna. I think 5 ounces when it's drained. So when you tell me 30 grams of protein, and it's over 200 grams or 200 calories, I'm done. I ignore it right away, as you should too, right? Don't let the protein count and natural ingredients trick you into thinking everything can be healthy. Quantity matters, is what I'm saying. Quantity matters, right? I was eating healthy. I'd have a protein shake, 3 raw eggs, whole milk. I mean, damn. Darn. That's probably 500 calories or more right there for breakfast. Not that it's unhealthy, but if you're trying to lose weight or even maintain weight, that's not what you want to do, because I was gaining weight. And I was thinking, why don't I have any abs anymore? I work out, I eat really healthy. But I was essentially having bulking calories. I spent too much time talking about this. Last set, don't worry.
Who says you left?
Just one.
One?
Yeah. I wonder if it's this guy's. Yeah, I was just asking for. Oh no, he found it. Alright. should get higher reps now because I took such a long break. So that's 4. Oh, alright, 40. And mentally I was a little bit done with that. Alright, done with today's workout. No time for any posing. So that's all we got. And now I'm just gonna go put my sweater back on, put my jacket on. What's the temp? 38. Not good, man. It was 70 like 3 days ago. So right now it's, what, 10 Celsius? And it was 24 3 days ago, or 22, something like that. Rough estimates. Looks like there's a class in the posing room anyways, so not posing room, but the big massive yoga room. It's my posing room. Oh well. Gym's not even that busy anyway. Mashallah, I love it. I love a nice empty gym. Alright, well, that's the end of today's workout. And I'll probably not do any day vlogs today, but pretty soon here I'll start vlogging during my day, like when I'm eating and stuff. Probably, I work typical 9 to 5-ish. So in days I go in the office, of course I won't be recording because I'm in the office. So we'll figure out what else I record during my day. Probably my meals, anything else that I'm doing. Adjust my shoulder. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.